Thanks for tuning in. We're Julie and Dana, two moms navigating marriage and motherhood. But this is definitely not your mom's podcast. Ready?
Yeah.
Hi guys, it's Dana.
And Julie.
And this is Not Your Mom's Podcast, and we are back from a break.
I know. I feel like almost like camera shy.
It's like that song, We're Back, Bitches.
What song is that?
It's like it's a sound on TikTok, but it just reminds me of it. Like,
I'm like,
bitches, we're back.
Her songs are now just TikTok clips.
Yeah.
They're not even real full songs.
No.
I'm like, what song is that?
I know. I just like in my head too. I actually sing them like as I'm walking through the house. I'm like, oh my god, they're not even real songs.
That's okay. They're catchy though, right?
They are catchy, and like if you hear them all the time while you're scrolling, you're gonna just start. What's that other one that's really popular right now? Have you seen that dance? And it's like to the Gypsy Rose soundbite.
No.
Oh my god, it's like my man wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole, my man. And I sing that in my head. I'm like, this isn't even a song.
I only like that one song, which I actually think is a real song. I think where it's like, I like the way you kiss me.
Oh,
I can tell you miss me.
I can tell you
it hits.
Yeah.
Hits,
I like that song.
I don't know why. It makes me feel
I don't know
naughty.
what it is, but it's good.
Oh, it's terrible. I'm sure.
So speaking of TikTok, I was just showing Julie what I did.
Oh yeah,
night.
She's dying over here because
I'm dying. So
all right,
okay. A little backstory, like a big way to make money on TikTok is to do TikTok shop items. And I'm trying to get into it now because I'm like, why the fuck not? Like, I'm just trying to be successful this year. That is my goal. So I'm trying the TikTok shop thing. But I'm trying to order products that I actually like. So I ordered this stain remover. And it got to me and I tried it. And because people online were like literally putting like strawberries on their shirt and like you take it off and it comes off. Like it was magical. So I tried it and I was like, wow, this is insane. I should go live so people could see it actually happening in real time. So I put on a white shirt, not thinking about how creepy this could be, but I put on a white shirt and I go live.
It's not creepy.
Well, I don't know the word for it. It could be like a little, I don't know, whatever.
Just bringing attention.
Yeah. So I put on a white
to her
shirt.
babas.
And I go live and I like start the live just by like smearing blackberries on me. And then I start taking it off. And a lot of people were in it. It was like hundreds of people in this live. And I was like, oh my God, this is crazy.
I try to always tell her to go live more.
Well, I've gone live before and been very unsuccessful. So I was like, but I think because I was doing something weird at this point.
Can we describe what the white shirt looks like first?
Okay, so the white shirt, it's like a little like square, low
it's that
cut.
square that's really flattering on your chest and it comes
up to the camera.
And it's tight as...
See it. Can you guys see that?
It's super cute. I'm going to order that. Where'd you get it?
Halara.
Okay.
So cute. I love this shirt. And it comes in like all different colors.
It's so flattering. I need to get that for
anyway, so I'm showing her this video and she's like laughing. She's like, all I'm looking at is your boobs the whole time.
Yeah, because they're jiggling when you're wiping them. Look, when you push your boob like that, it rebounds. Like if you have boobs, right? If you have bigger boobs than like a B or a C, they're like flopping back in.
There's not even a bra. I'm not wearing a bra on that.
Oh my God, you can wear shirts like that and not wear a bra?
It has a little built-in.
Oh, I can't.
I'm not wearing a bra right now either.
That's amazing.
I'm really into the no bra lately. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. So I am doing it, and then there's people in the comments. I think they genuinely wanted to see different products come off, but now I'm wondering. I'm like, maybe not.
No, you turned on someone's kink. They're like, wait, what?
So someone's like, put mustard on it, and I'm like, putting mustard on. I did Nutella. I did lipstick.
Wait, when you get a gift, and then she tells me.
Actually, at one point I did the lipstick, and they were like, you could put lipstick on me, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna ignore that comment.
Yeah, I mean,
I got some gifts. Like people were sending like these virtual.
What
gifts.
is a virtual gift? What do you get for that? Like I
guess it's monetary. I think
and
you
it
can
turns into what?
I think
money?
you can turn it into money.
I wonder how much.
I don't know. I think they're all different.
Yeah,
but that's why people go live.
Yeah, it's like all my ASMR girls always get all these gifts that pop in and stuff, and they're always like,
yes,
thank you, or whatever.
I only got like 2 or 3 gifts, but it was big for me. I was like, whoo. But anyway, I had to wipe stuff all over my boobs.
I'm sort of jealous and have FOMO. Like I want to do it. But yeah, she showed me the video and I was like, I don't even know what's going on. All I can see is your tan glossy boobs again smeared one way and then the other way. And as you're wiping off your shirt, your boob is jiggling back in like in. So it's like vibrating a little bit or whatever, like Jello-y. You know, like when you hit Jello and it kind of like goes blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
So I'm like, that's all people are looking at, my friend.
I'm sitting here like, yay, I'm going to sell some stain treatments, but maybe I just found a niche. Maybe I'm just going to be
and
the
so we
lady
thought,
who
this is someone's like thing.
Yeah.
Remember when I tried to do the salad of me chewing all loud?
Yeah.
I thought maybe someone would like that, but
maybe you should have done it live. Gotten some feedback.
Yeah.
Everyone's saying that TikTok's shifting right now.
Yeah.
And that, like, videos are doing not as good right now, but lives are doing really well, which
Oh.
I hate doing lives, especially when the kids are home because it's hard. I don't want them running through the camera. I don't like they were like also like watching me do all this, like behind the scenes being like, "Whoa, mom!" Like
They
you're just
were?
it was so
Oh, she had
funny.
music playing so you couldn't hear them, right?
No, 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 that was just a video I took of it. But no, 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 I was live.
Oh,
I was talking to them.
okay.
So anyway, so I don't love doing it when they're home and I don't love doing lives in general just because I don't know. I just feel like they're weird sometimes and they're awkward and it's like you feel like you're talking to no one, and it like if there's a break where you don't have anything to talk to, you're just like sitting there like, oh, what do I say now?
This is the difference between Dana and I. So I used to think like social media, this is like her world and everything, but like she's so much more comfortable popping on the camera and being like, "Hey guys, da 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 da
Yeah.
da," and I wouldn't even know. I don't have that confidence, but I can be on live all day and just talk to myself.
Yeah.
Like live
Well,
is
you
easy
should.
for me.
You should.
What the hell am I gonna say out there?
It doesn't matter. There's one girl who literally just cleans her house on live. And she just cleans and people like will watch her and then sometimes she'll come to the camera and she'll like read the comments and she'll answer people's questions or she'll like blast music and clean. But I know sometimes if you're playing music, you can get like copyrighted too. So I don't know the
that
rules
happened
with
to me 5 billion times. I'd play music quietly in the back while I was
Yeah.
painting, and the live would cut me off. It happened to me
Yeah,
like
so I
15
don't
times when I
know.
was painting, so it got
Yeah.
really annoying.
I don't know. So
I was
anyway,
like, fuck off,
that's
TikTok.
my new TikTok journey. I'll let you know how it works.
I know.
Come
I
watch
wish
my
I
lives.
could be like you. Like I am so, like I feel like I've kind of disassociated a little bit with social media and scrolling, and I'm off in my own weird la la
I
land
mean,
these
I love
days.
that though. Like I
I
want
don't.
that.
I want to get into what's going on. I want to make extra money like you. I want to be smart and
Yeah.
savvy and clever, and I
This
want to
was
get
my
in
first
there.
good month. I made $2,200 this month
That's insane.
on videos.
Yeah.
But like when I tell you some people on TikTok shop, like people I know actually, so like I trust what they're saying. Like I
Yeah.
actually like grew with them and like we would talk and stuff. Like this one girl had a month that made $50,000. Can you imagine making $50,000
From TikTok shop?
from TikTok shop posting a beach waver curling iron that went viral and everyone bought it?
Well, I gotta tell you, I used to be like really annoyed with all those people because on TikTok when she like kind of introduced it to me, I was like, okay, I'll scroll. But I'm like, now I got all these dumb bitches trying
It
to
is.
sell
It's
me
like
stuff.
a QVC. Yeah.
Hold on though, but like now you give me like an edible and it's 11:30 at night, I'm buying that stupid lip stain shit that like
Right.
everyone has.
So, and
Well,
then-
actually, I do find that helpful because your lipstick wears off, right?
Yeah.
Eventually, and then I'm like, oh, how helpful would it be if?
Yeah. No, some
stain
of the
that
stuff is great.
I know that's what I'm saying. Like I used to poo-poo it, but then now I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, I've already bought in some sort of collagen face mask, a lip stain, the black one that just is like lip
Yeah,
liner,
I have that.
and a pair of jeans from Paxson in 2 weeks.
I know.
This is bullshit.
I know. I know. And it's like a terrible thing, but I'm also like, if they're making money, I want to make money. I want in on this. Like,
Yeah, well, and you should because you have a decent amount of followers.
Like,
It's like,
fuck
why
that.
not? I think a lot of my frustration is that like I'm not willing to put in the work to try to get followers.
So the cool
I
thing
don't
with
have
TikTok
the
Shop is you
followers.
actually don't need a huge following. You need like however many to get onto it. I think it's like 1,000 or 5,000 or something. It's
I
not
don't even have
huge.
that. So
But I'm just saying, but you can, there are people, like some of these people that are making crazy money don't have a huge following.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It's if your one video happens to go viral. Now listen, half the videos they post won't do anything, and that's the problem.
yeah,
You might have to post 40 products, but if one of them hits, one of them hits. Like
they send you the product, or you say, "Hey, send me the product and I'll do it," or you just buy it and then you.
it's both. It's all of the above. So like I get in my emails like constantly, and that'll depend on your following what kind of
I was gonna say
companies
no
will
one's
send them to you.
emailing me.
But they do send free products. Like most of what I have is free. And then sometimes if there's something really that I'm like, oh, that looks really good, and I'm like, I didn't have it. They don't offer a free sample, then I'll buy it.
Okay. Well, whatever.
mix.
She does have a bunch of cool little kitschy
Fun things.
little items
Yeah.
from TikTok shop, but I
have an
I
eye
need to take
massager
a.
coming. They just sent me a free sample of an eye massager. Yeah, you're gonna.
Why do you
want
need
that
your
shit.
eyes massaged?
I don't know. I'll massage yours, and you can tell me how it is. I need you to help me. I need you to be in it. I need like
Oh my
a second
God.
person.
All
to be like,
right.
oh my god, that feels.
Do
so
I
good.
get like a free massager or something? If I
Yeah.
do this? Okay.
You can walk away with it. It'll be your goodie bag. Okay, so speaking, I also just on the video topic, her husband sent us a video this week, and I felt it in my soul. It was about
God, I knew you were gonna get off on that shit. I was like, why even try to Give Dana more ammo to
Listen,
do crazy
it said
shit.
the average lifespan is what, 76 or something?
I don't
So
know.
then 38
Who's
is
this bitch stacking these facts up
I
on
don't
TikTok? Who the
know.
hell are they? I'm not gonna believe them.
38 is middle age. But so basically, like, I'm 4 years away from middle age. You are already in middle age.
I'm
Like
past
we have
it.
to hurry
I'm
up.
past
We have
it.
things to do.
So it was basically saying, it was kind of sad. It was like basically saying this one lady worked for this company and she died before she can get her pension. She's been saving up.
Which
She had
happens all the time.
tons of paid time off that she never used. And it was basically saying like, but it was also an ad for a travel agency, mind you. Okay. So, but that speaks to this one. All she wants to do is travel. That makes her feel like she's living life, I think. But yeah, but it brought up a good point. For better or for worse, whether they're advertising for a travel agency or not, whether they're trying to tug on your heartstrings or make you fearful, it does make you think, gosh, well, like for me, I'm 42. Have I done the things I want to do, or am I basically just like working,
Yeah.
working, working,
Well,
working?
because listen, here's the deal. I mean,
I mean, we
yes,
all have to
obviously it
work.
was a fear tactic also, but I say to you all the time, like, a lot of my patients are in that 60 to
Yeah.
like 80 range. And
She's like double of the shit in her face all the
yeah,
time.
and a lot of them say the same thing. A lot of them actually did just retire and they're here on vacation and they were so excited to vacation and they're like, "Oh, I just broke my hip." Like all the time it happens. So like yes and no, but I do think our bodies do change a lot. I think we can definitely prolong our mobility for sure. Like I am so ready to start Pilates and yoga because like I just had a
Stop.
patient that
Kelly
was
was telling me that's
almost
like a big trend
100.
right now that everyone wants
It
to do
is,
Pilates.
but listen, I had a patient that was almost 100. This woman could kick her legs up in the air, get out of the bed, and walk. And I was like, wow. And she's like, I did yoga. I've done yoga every day of my life. And I was like, well, that's what I need to start doing.
Yeah. I definitely believe in mobility
Insane.
exercises, whether that's yoga, Pilates,
I think all
bar,
that
walking,
stretching
swimming,
and strength training.
running with your grandchildren, whatever it is.
Well, I
Like,
think all exercise is good, but I think when you do the strengthening and the flexibility, that's what really makes a difference between
yeah,
people
because you
once they're
can
above
weightlift all
60.
your life, but you can't fucking bend down to touch your toes or pick up
Right.
something up, pick something up. Like, I make
And
Trevor do all this crazy
that's
shit too. And he
hard.
gets angry at me, and I'm like, you need it.
No, but if you ask a 75-year-old woman or man to bend down and pick something up, that falls are the number one cause
Oh
of
my
what
God, yeah.
starts the downhill.
Yeah,
Falls, breaking bones, all of that. And almost
absolutely.
everyone starts falling. And a lot of it is balance issues. So if you can protect your balance and your flexibility,
Yeah.
that's everything. That to me is over all things. Like
Okay. Guess we're probably doing yoga and Pilates.
so we are starting this
fall.
up.
I have been wanting to start back into yoga at least
Yeah.
like once a week. I know this sounds really bad, but like I feel like to get ready to get in the car to drive somewhere and then the time back is a lot. So I try to do it on my own at home.
Yeah.
But I
It's
do think
different.
it's better when
Yeah.
you go take a class because you get
I
like
know.
in it.
There's that
or
new
whatever.
Pilates studio here. I was thinking like maybe we should do like a 1-month free trial and just see if we like it.
True.
Why not?
True. Why not?
But anyway, talk about now that we're talking about ages and 40s, you wanted to bring up something about the 40s.
I did. Oh.
Yeah, women in their 40s.
Oh, so my sister-in-law had this fun birthday party. It was a surprise, and it was a bunch of them. She works.
How old is she?
She's my age.
Okay.
Well, she just turned 43.
Okay.
Haha, she's a little older. But anyway, it was a surprise birthday. There was all these like moms there. Some of them single moms, some of them regular moms. Actually, not all moms too. There was like different, different ages and stuff. Some of her
Women in their
employees.
40s.
But not all of them, but most of them.
Okay.
Anyways, I was not in the mood to like party. I think I actually like just was tired from like vacationing. So, but I stood back and like watched them. These bitches were so crazy. We were all dancing. It was like only 6 p.m. in her backyard with like all this like awesome music, and we were like twerking. All of a sudden, they're jumping in.
Come with you guys.
I
I'm so
know.
mad.
They are jumping in the pool. Their beautiful clothes on, their hoop
I
earrings,
love
their faces all done, their hair going down the slide. They had this water slide head first in,
Were you
and then they
were
went.
you joining in?
No, I went to bed by that point. I know I'm such a
I
party
knew you
pooper.
weren't going to be the one joining in.
Yeah, I mean, I did what I could, and then I was like, I'm tired.
Talk about stamina. Let's go.
I have no stamina. I just like to go to bed. I'll party. I'm a day person. Like, if you want to go out drinking during the day, actually, drinking's kind of like last on my radar these days, and we'll get to that. But anyway, then they went out after that. Even after
amazing.
that, I was like, so to all you single men or single women out there, like, women in their 40s have their shit. Like, they are radiant still. They're ready to do fun things. They probably have enough money to take care of themselves, so they don't really need
More
you.
independent. Yep.
They're responsible
They know
enough
what
to
they
like
want.
get home. Like, Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
they'll call an Uber because they got that. They've been using it. They go out with their friends drink. They'll get home. You don't have to worry about them. And they have so much to like offer, and there's still like so much life. Like, I'm
Yeah.
just so proud of like my
It's like
40s
Sex in
compared to
the
my
City.
20s. Yeah, like I don't know. There's definitely this uber empowerment. It's like I know what I want. I can do what I want. I'm financially
Yeah.
free. I know my body like really good and even sexually like know my
Yeah.
body and stuff like so I feel like there's this like pretty package of amazing women in their 40s just waiting. Like I don't know. I'm
But they
just
might
saying.
not want you because they know what they want.
Well, yeah, you might just get like a one-nighter from
Yeah.
them, but
No,
could
it's
still
true
be
though.
fun.
And I like the positivity around that because I
Mhm.
think that we are in a society right now, especially,
Yeah.
I feel like ageism is like, it's wild. And like the
I
fear of
think we're going to go
aging.
backwards.
Yeah, the fear of aging is really big. And like, I truly think if I was going to pinpoint it, I think a lot of it came from the internet, right? Like, we
Some
obviously
person
are.
said it literally started with Kim Kardashian and that whole world of it being on social media or not even social media, it was a TV. I don't know
Mhm.
what it was, where all of them have plastic surgery themselves to death and all their like lip products to make their lips bigger and then actual all their plastic surgery
Yeah.
transformations in the whole family kind of boomed and it wasn't till then that we really kind of went crazy with fillers
Yes,
everywhere and
I agree with
Botox
that with,
and
like, plastic surgery, but I'm talking about, like, age specifically, like, I feel like the internet caused a lot of this where, like, we have a fear of aging, and I know it's, like,
filters.
really big with, like, filters, and also, like, Gen Z always talks about how old millennials are now, and millennials are trying so hard to, like, push that we're not old, and it's, like, this whole thing, and it's, like, I feel like I don't know, I didn't think people I mean, obviously, your idea of age is different when you're younger, right? Like, a 40-year-old seems much older to you when you're 15 than when you're 30, right?
Yeah.
That makes sense. But, like, I remember not thinking old was until, like, 50s, like, middle age, like, really, like, 50s, 60s. That's
Yeah.
when I would start
Yes.
I feel like
True. Me
nowadays,
too.
kids today, young teens, late teens, 20, they think old. Like, I heard someone say anyone born before 2000 is old. I'm like, "What?" Like, it's
Well,
wild.
yeah, I
But I think the
guess.
internet, like you said, I think it's like we're constantly being told about age and aging and our fear of aging, and
Yeah.
we're using filters and we're using this, and we're wondering
Filters,
if
I would
we're
say, is really what gets me.
it's hard. You're
Because,
used to
like, when
seeing
I
yourself.
open up my phone and I'm, like, in this weird angle or bad light, I'm like, "Oh my
Uh-huh.
god, is that what I look
Yeah.
like?"
I know.
Or sometimes when I just wake up in the morning and it's the first thing I see when I
I
go
know, you're
pee,
like, "Whoo."
I'm like, "Holy fuck," you know? But,
Oh, for sure.
I kinda think it's funny too. Like, I love walking and looking like shit to Trevor and be like, "You still love me, right?"
Oh, I know.
I
It's
love
hard,
I
though.
it is hard. I mean, like, I definitely use what is it? I don't use all the really good filters, but I definitely use
That,
the
like,
on
just, like, the
Instagram, the
blurring.
Paris filter. It's the first
Oh,
swipe to the
okay.
right,
Okay.
and it just kinda evens out a little bit or it brings more light or something, but I also don't use crazy filters, and I know this sounds weird, but there's a fear of mine that people actually see me out in real person.
And be like, "What the
Yes,
fuck?"
and be like, "You do not look like that."
Yeah.
So I don't wanna be too fake, but I just want
Just even my skin out a
just
little
a
bit.
little bit.
I
But
know.
I should get rid of that. There's
I
so
know.
many people I follow that they don't wear makeup, they don't use filters, and I just like what they're talking about or
Yeah,
doing.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is hard. I even this morning I was getting ready and I lifted my eyebrows and I was like, "Oh my god, I've never had." They're little, but I'm like, "I've never had anything there." No, shut up. I'm just telling you it's a
This is the
difference.
part where you zoom in at me and being like,
I'm just
"How old are
saying.
you again,
It
Dana?"
is different though. It's different. It's still
It's
changing.
starting to add
It's
up a little
starting to
bit.
show. Even like my chest, I can see a little bit of the crepiness. Like, it's just different, you know? I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just
I
saying it's
know.
different. It's hard to
Just
get used
wait.
to.
I was gonna say it gets worse, but it gets better. Yeah, you just get to a point where you like own it and you're just like, this is definitely I don't know. I feel like 40s are like in your prime. You're like, rawr.
Well, good. I need that. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I'm
I feel like
excited.
30s you're tired usually because if you have kids or you're like at the not the beginning of your career, but you're at a point in your career where it's like booming. You're working a lot, or if you
Yeah.
have kids, or you got
You're
a
still hustling in a
really
lot of ways.
intricate social life. But you start to dwindle in your 40s with some of your like friends, like you might not have the same friends you had in your 30s or 20s, or you're at different
Mhm.
places in your life
I
and
would
things
even
like
say that
that.
that even starts to occur from 20s to 30s. I think there's a
Yeah,
huge difference. Your circles get smaller,
totally.
your priorities get like
Yeah.
more in line. Yeah,
Yeah. So I don't know.
for
You
sure.
just feel a little bit more. Well, not that
I
you don't. I'm sure you could definitely feel empowered in your 30s too. I did feel empowered in my 30s
Yeah.
as well. Like, this is just like, I think another level
They
of
say
like,
the
of
older
I
you
don't
get,
give
the
a
less
fuck.
fucks you give.
That's what I mean. It's
The
just
less
another
fucks you give,
level of
like,
I don't give a fuck. Just
yeah.
one more extra level, I
Oh, yeah.
think. But maybe young kids are starting to like with the Grand
And
Slam.
you're
I
really
don't
not
know.
going to give a fuck in another 20 years. It's just going to feel better and
Oh
better
my
the
God, I
less fucks
kind
you
of can't
give.
wait till I'm really old. I just can't
And you
wait.
just say whatever you
Well,
want.
I just want like white long hair and like crazy
You're not going to have
piercings
white hair. You're going to be dyeing that shit.
or
It's going to be
dyed,
colorful and fun.
tattoos. I want to dress like someone that's in a festival every day, though.
And let's talk about that. So someone would see someone like that and be like, "Oh my God, like why can't they just like act their age? They're trying to be younger." Why does it have to be that you're trying to be younger and not just like you're trying to have like a fun style, you know?
There was
That
a
all comes into
TikTok.
the ageism.
There was a TikTok thing I say where it was a lady and she put that she's 55 and
Mhm.
the little sound bit was like, why do people think that we have to start like acting our age at like a certain age and like, not shining our light? And she's like, I want to fucking go to the wheels fall off. Like, I don't even know
Yeah.
what the sound bit was,
Like we
but it was
get
like
one life, why not do
so
it?
good. And the lady was it was showing different clips of her cute little outfit. And it did look like outfits that a 20-year-old would wear, but
Right.
she could fucking wear it.
Right.
She looked good.
Yeah.
And I was like, I
Wear
mean,
it.
I do try to be that way. Like, I do
Yeah.
try to
You do.
embody always a youthful side of
Mhm.
myself. I don't care if I look like I'm trying to look young, but I just like feeling whatever I'm feeling when I dress a certain way or I do my hair a certain way or do my makeup a certain way, or it's definitely my mood or my vibe.
I just don't get why it's associated with age. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yes.
clothes.
Yes.
You know, it's stupid.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I guess
So,
we're going to get judged
what am I supposed to do?
no
Like
matter
throw a
what.
muumuu on?
They're actually
And
comfy.
I mean, they are comfy and cute looking, but I'm
There
just
are
saying.
days where I'm going to wear a muumuu. There's going to be days where I look like poo. And then there's going to be days where I snatch that shit together and I look good.
Go for it. I love
Yeah.
it.
I mean,
I
don't know
love
if
when I get
look
a
good, but
patient
I
with
feel
like.
good.
I love when I get a patient who's like 80 years old and she has like purple hair and she's
Yeah.
like doing her makeup in the mirror. I'm like, yes.
I know.
Because it's not
keep going.
common. It starts to dwindle.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
I'm for both. I'm for both if you want to be like someone that never
Oh, yeah, if
got
you don't
into
wanna
it, never
care.
doesn't want to. And then I love seeing really glamorous people.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
I
fun.
love that because to me it means like they took effort to
Mhm.
like, it's art, right? It's sort of creating on yourself.
Yeah.
I definitely know that some people are like against like makeup and it's definitely changes as females and having to keep up, but like also think it's just art.
Oh, yeah.
The people that take their time to like do their eyebrows and do their eyeshadow a certain way and they watched a video and they're trying to contour and their hair is like cut a certain way and they
I
took time to put
love
their outfit
makeup.
together. I don't have all of that in me. Every now and then I do. I get glimpses
Yeah.
of it where I feel inspired to try. But I love when people do that. I
I
think it's
miss like
cool.
2016 like club makeup. Like I feel like it was so fun. Everyone was always like smoky eyes and
Yeah.
like remember YouTube tutorials where it would teach you like how to do the
Yeah.
contour and the this and
Yeah.
it was like it was an art.
It
And
was
now
an
I feel
art.
like everyone's like clean girl, just put a little foundation on and brush your hair back and go. And I'm like, oh, it's kind of. I mean, I get it. It looks cute. It's fun, but it's not as fun as 2016 makeup
Everyone
was.
looks the same to
Like,
me,
we
I
used
think.
to have fun.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like
Colors and sparkle and all that. You know what?
I do it now.
Let's
I'm
do
doing
it.
all of it.
Let's do it.
I'll keep reinventing, keep redoing. I like it all.
Yeah.
Anyway, what was your summer bucket list? Did you do any of them, or did you write down any of them that you completed? Did you write down some that you didn't complete and that probably won't? Or did you just do things and you forgot the summer bucket list?
So every summer we make a bucket list. I
Yes,
always
they
go
do.
and I always get a poster board when school's ending.
To me, this gives me major anxiety because it makes me feel like I have to complete them.
No, there's no pressure. And we talk about this. We talk
Okay.
about that not everything might get done and some things might even get done through the year, but it's just something that we like to do so we have goals through the summer. And
Or write your thoughts down, which is a
Yeah.
healthy habit anyways,
yeah,
right?
It's like our little vision board and I
Yeah.
hang it right in the kitchen. Like it's
She has a
hung
poster
up.
board. I took scrap paper off the counter and they wrote down like 5 things and I pasted it up.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
I was like, 5 things are
that
attainable.
works.
And then my kids are so cute. They were just more like more hugs, more snuggle time, sleeping in bed with you, time to
Aw,
watch a movie.
That's sweet.
And then there was a couple things like a trampoline park or a water park or something like that. But
So
the
we do
rest
a
of them was
mix.
just like spending time. And so we've really
and totally
tried to
and
do
we
that.
do the same thing. We do a mix. So we all come up with a bunch of ideas. She's rubbing this cat is rubbing its face on my toe, my big toe specifically. So we write a
You
list
should go live.
of oh my god, stop. We write a list of things that are like partially like a reach or sometimes things we know we're gonna do. So like on it, like we knew we were going on a cruise. So we wrote go on a cruise.
Yeah.
You know, like it's something that we know we're gonna check off. And then like we did things like easy things. Like they like to do something nice on it. So it could be something like pick out some toys to donate or um help someone in need or try something new, whatever those things are. And then they have to pick goals also. And then there's obviously like go to a water park, go to a trampoline park, all those things. But then there's also like goals. So they each have to make 3 goals for themselves. So like Violet's this year was to learn how to ride a bike because like
Okay,
she still
yeah.
and she
I know
did.
Freya
She
doesn't.
accomplished it.
That's great. Oh, that's something I definitely need to do. I need to
So
get
that was like one
her
of our
a
goals.
bike.
Lily had like some sort of like I want to say like an aerial, whatever it was on. Like so they all had like goals. And then we have some simple ones that I know are easy. Movie night, like picnic, like things that we can make happen pretty easily. And it's kind of like one of those things that like if we're bored, we'll like look back and be like, "Oh, what's one of the things we could do?" So we did a cruise, we did pool party, we did a sleepover party, we did a picnic, we've done I don't know, kind of stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like nothing other crazy things.
Yeah. Okay,
Go to
good.
New York. I mean, it was like things we already had planned, the big ones.
Yeah. She's at least sensible enough to include the things they're already to do, which is what she did on her like advent calendar for
Yes,
Christmas.
I do that too.
But I still feel like, at least for me, there's so much going on in my brain that if I see a list of things that I know that I didn't give pressure to, I still feel like I should do
Finish
them.
them.
Yeah, I know a lot of people like lists, but I don't. They overwhelm me.
I hear you. I think it just you really have to go in with that mindset. We always do, and we never finish the bucket list
Yeah.
ever. I mean, there's always at least a couple of things. We've gotten
Yeah.
really close, but
Yeah.
as they get
You
older,
would be
it's
weird if
harder.
you did. I wouldn't like you. No, I'm just
I
kidding.
mean, come on.
You would have it too much together. And I'd
As
be
they
like,
get older, it's
okay,
harder. It was easier when they were
overachiever.
little. When they were
Yeah.
little, I could knock those out.
Yeah. Well, and
Yeah.
also you've let your kids have a really open summer, letting like their freaking all the neighborhood kids come over in and out of the block and let them have time to play. And so,
Yeah.
and she's right, when you get older, as the kids get older, they want to do things with their
Yeah.
friends. And so other things just don't look as important as
Yeah,
a
so
family.
actually that's a good topic too. We had a very like I don't know if you've seen online. It's like they call it like a 1990s summer.
Okay.
And it's just going back to like they're not in a bunch of activities, like there's not it's a lot of unstructure, like kind of
Yeah.
how it
Yeah.
and they've had a we didn't sign up I only signed up my youngest who's 4 for camp 2 weeks and it's only half days, which mostly was because my husband was going away and I was like I need a little help here.
Yeah.
But the girls have not done anything structured this summer, which has been the biggest change in the world for us because we are normally like
Yeah.
doing a
Well, it
ton of
probably felt like,
activities
especially since you went from like 0 to or 100 to
to 0.
0,
Yeah.
it probably felt liberating and
It
like a
was
big weight
liberating.
off your
Yeah.
shoulders. For me, I had my kids in different summer camps, but they were ones they really wanted. Like Freya did that like baking
Oh, yeah, their
party thing.
camps are great though.
She freaking loved it. She
Yeah.
loved the dance camp that she did too because it was like easy
Yeah.
dance. It wasn't like this is like competition. Da, 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 da.
Right.
Like it was just fun,
Just the fun
super
stuff,
fun with
yeah.
like new friends. And Styles did like a basketball camp, and then of course our other like camps, so to say, were like conventions in cities, and where we got like a timeshare, and
Yeah.
then got to travel to New York and stuff like that. So we were busy in that way, but it also forced us to bond and have adventure and stuff. Dana is so cool. I couldn't be at home all summer and just like keep that door and let like all these kids come in and out and just be like chilled
It's
every
hard
night.
sometimes. I mean, there's not a right or a wrong. I think there's
Totally. No,
value to both.
I was inspired by you in the last 2 weeks. So we've had
Yeah.
0 camps, 0 things to do. The only thing I didn't do is implement the friends. So like for an
Mhm.
entire week, there's just it wasn't like I was trying to like keep their friends away, but like we just did things, me and the kids. I just needed time with them. We like
Yeah.
cleaned out closet, we
Yes.
watched movies, we snuggled, we did hair, we played, we
Yep.
baked. I taught them chores like how to clean and wipe down tabletops and how to rinse off their dishes and put them in the dishwasher. Like finally time to show them some things because they wanted to make a little extra money.
Yeah.
So, which I'm not always gonna pay my kids to do basic chores, but this in like gave them like a little
Incentive.
incentive. That was the word I was looking for.
Yeah, and I think that's fine. I actually was just listening to the
It's just
psychologist.
$1 a day, my friends. Nothing big.
Doesn't
$1.
matter though.
Oh, they
that's
loved it.
totally up to you. And I was just listening to the psychologist, and he was saying, obviously, as we know, like suicide rates are on the rise, depression in kids is on the rise, and he attributes a lot of it to obviously screen time, but then secondary, he contributes a lot of it to us being so busy that our kids don't have purpose anymore.
Yes.
So like they don't have chores, they're not helping
Yep.
around the house, they don't have like jobs, like a lot of it's kind of just like they're just sitting around playing video, whatever they're
Yeah.
doing. And they were saying, like, if we give them a little bit more, here's a hobby to master, here's a chore to do, like, here, even if it is through earning money, however it works,
Yeah.
it's okay. That's how the real world works, right? Like, you're
Yeah.
gonna do work and you're gonna
And it
get
gets them to
paid.
start off looking forward to
Totally.
something. Like, they totally were, like, in it. Like, I made them do breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like, we
Hmm.
cooked it all together, which, by the way, I got nothing fucking done those 4 days. Like, I got none of my work
I
done.
know. It's
From
hard.
beginning of the day
It
to
is
the
hard.
end, entertaining them, not entertaining them, but being involved, like helping them cut so they don't cut off their fucking finger.
Yeah.
Like wiping things down and be like, "Hey, you missed a spot," or "Hey,
Yeah.
now throw that away." I mean, from every little step, right? So, but it was good. Like you said, they were excited to get that dollar at the end of the
Mhm.
day once they completed everything. And now we've moved on to lemonade stands and water stands.
I love it.
Because Styles is obsessed with trying to earn some money.
That's good.
Yeah.
I
But
know.
and we've
Lily
had
wants
less
to
screen
start
time
doing
too.
jobs.
Um, we I think we do way more screen time than you guys do.
Oh, I
And
don't
that's
think
pure
so.
selfishness out of like you need to do something so that I can do something or distract yourself. But this, I like I said, I've taken like a couple weeks. I'm like, no, we're only getting an hour at best. Actually, they're not even getting that.
That's good. We've
Yeah.
been the opposite. We've done a
Well,
lot of
you
screen time.
are completely. You went from like I said, doing a lot to
Yeah.
now relaxing, and you need that
Mhm.
right now. They've been busy, 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 busy. My kids, and so I'm like, all right, I need you to have, like you said, purpose again. I need us to reconnect as a family. I need like home base to be home.
Right.
And like you're just not gonna be on your screen all the time. We have
Right.
Styles picked back up piano. Freya's been coloring and doing art more, helping her
Yeah.
redo her room and just
It is cool when they're bored what they start to do.
yes.
It
That's what I'm trying
really
to say. Like
is.
at first it's such a struggle. They were such like so annoying and they were fighting with each other. I'm like, yeah, because you don't know what to do with yourselves.
Yes.
You don't know
I'm
how to
bored. I'm
sit and be
bored.
bored.
They don't. They don't.
Yeah. I
I
still want to be compassionate because this lady I follow was saying that like let's be compassionate to the newer generations coming on. This whole idea where we say, well, back in my day, or you just have to
No.
put up with it because I had to put up with it. That is not like
Times are
being
different.
compassionate and also re-educating yourself to where we are now as a society, where you can be understanding to your child more and stuff like just that will toughen up type of mentality. Not that I feel like we should always baby them at all, because I'm not like that. I'm not as gentle parenting or whatever it is. But I definitely also think like you need to evolve as a
Mhm.
parent as
Yeah.
well to where we are, how to be more compassionate, what's suiting to your child and stuff. So
Yeah. Which I think we are. I think a lot of parents in our generation
not
are
here in the
really
South.
well, I know that's true. I guess it depends where you are. And obviously, every parent's different, and you're going to have your parents that aren't still. But I definitely think if you were to take us as a whole compared to past generations, I think
Yeah.
we are.
Oh,
I think
totally.
fathers
We've
are more
come a long
involved
way.
than ever before. I
Totally.
think that we are more almost possibly swinging the other way, where we're almost probably letting them
Yes.
get away with too much and giving them
Yes.
too much because we're
Gen
overcompensating.
Z people say that about millennials. They say that
Yeah.
we're too easy.
Yeah, we might be too easy on them, which will be interesting to see. But overall, I just think that we are more compassionate than ever before, and that we are more involved than ever before. And think about
Yes.
the other part of this too is that like we also like, and this is why I hate when people judge parents for screen time. We are also one of the first generations that like our kids aren't out until nighttime, like just gallivanting the neighborhood. Like
Yeah.
we have a lot of fears, there's a lot of things, and we are so hyper involved in our children that like that is our time to be like, here, like I need a break, I need to do something. Where it used to be like, don't even come in the house. My dad was just telling me like he used to have play dates. They weren't allowed in the house.
Yeah.
You were not allowed in the
I
houses.
know.
You would play outside and that's it.
Yeah, and you
So it's like
came home
that's
for
a
dinner and
huge
bedtime.
difference than nowadays.
Yeah, so, like, they got their alone
They got
time.
their alone time. They got their time to clean the house. They got their
Yeah,
time to do
because
things
their
like
kids are outside running around. Because
yeah.
there's no, like, necessarily, like, iPads, TVs, and phones
And
and stuff like
also
that.
most of us if you have a dual house, like a two parents, both are usually working now in some form. And
Absolutely.
that's a
That was
big
another
difference
thing
too.
is that, like, we want to spend more time with our kids, but now we're in a time where both parents have to work, and it's
Yeah.
not just 9 to 5 anymore. People are working weekends.
Yeah.
They're working when they come home. They're
Yeah.
starting at their kids have to be dropped off. I was just who was I telling this to? I think my dad or something. I was like, "No, like now you have early daycare before school even
I
starts. You have
know.
parents have to drop off their kid for the daycare beforehand and the after school care.
Yeah.
So there's no more like whatever time your window your kid goes to. It's like now before and after because you had to get to work
Yeah.
before that and stayed later. And so
I
there's
know.
even less time at home.
It's really hard. And I'm super thankful for the flexibility we have, but a lot of that we've had to, like, create, you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's, like, why I try to do it's so stupid, but I try to do all these different things because it's like I'm just trying to find ways where I can, like, have flexibility but still make some money
Yeah.
because we need the money still. And,
Yes.
you know, I part of that is cutting down on things for us, like camps and
Yeah.
extracurriculars. Not that I
And that's
don't want
really
my kids to
smart.
have it,
Yeah.
but,
It's
like,
very smart to take a year. That's what she did. She's taking a
figuring
year
it
to
all out.
like take a pause on all that, save some money,
Yeah.
learn to be again together as a nuclear family and like
Yeah.
core back. And I think that's so wise.
Yeah. It
I'm
was just to the
jealous.
point that I don't like between running around after school, before school, all these things, like I wasn't even finding time to like do anything. I mean,
Yeah.
like the house was always a mess. The kids were always rushing, eating dinner in the
But my
car. Like,
question about the house being a mess is that I find when my kids are home more, it's like always a mess.
yes, I agree with that to a point, but I like if so you tend to have more time when they're at school and you tend to work kind of like later and stuff. So you're all not home. Where like mine's kind of the opposite. Like I don't have that. A lot of times I don't have the time when they're at school because I work the night before. So I'm
Yeah.
sleeping and stuff. So my time is usually at night. If I'm driving them around in all these places, I have no time to do anything. And then I'm shot by the
Gotcha.
time that we're
Yeah.
done and it's bedtime. So it's
Yeah.
like, that's where I
With
feel
your
like
work
it
schedule.
gets really
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I mean, I don't think it's gonna be a fix all, and we're still gonna be in activities. I'm just trying to make the activities like everything I'm trying to make in my life right now is just I want flexibility. If we can't make it to the practice that day, it's not a big deal, you know.
Yeah.
It's not gonna cost us a fortune. It's all good.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we just
Just
signed
a little bit more flexibility.
yeah, just signed
And
Violet
that's
up for cheer through
that
like the youth sports that I never even think of anymore. And
I'm
then it was
like,
like
how do I
seventy
even find them? I
dollars.
know. Oh, I know. When I signed Styles up for basketball, yeah, it was $70. And I'm like, and we didn't come half the
Oh
time
my
because
God.
of like dance
It's
rehearsals, but they
crazy.
were so sweet anyways. Like the
It's
coach was
crazy.
always like, yeah, let me know when he's going on. I'm like, thank you.
I know. When you go from, like, competitive sport to that, obviously, there's cons too.
Yeah,
You're changing up everything, but it was just, like, a moment of I was like, "Oh my god, 70 here you go. Here's $70. Take it." Like, it was crazy.
I
We're
know.
used to,
It's
like, a
so
mortgage
nice.
payment every month, which
Yeah.
obviously you get a lot more for, but
Yeah.
there's a sacrifice.
Yeah. I like that though.
So, we'll see how the year goes.
That's exciting. Like I said, I'm living in the background with a little bit of FOMO. I definitely feel like I want to do something
I think you're
crazy,
where
like
you
move.
need to be. I know.
I want to like move to like another country or
I
something
know. Oh, I've been
wild.
looking at that too. I've been, like, sending John, like, people who are like, "Oh, you know, it's like, you're not depressed, you're just in America." I'm like, "Oh my god."
But there's a lot of wonderful places in America too that
There
I want to
are.
visit.
There
Like
are.
I've never been to like Montana
Yeah.
or like anything
No, I'll
like
tell you what, a
Yellowstone
lot of
and
people
stuff.
talk down upon living here, and, like, of course, there's a ton of cons, and I think our
Yeah, I'm
country
like,
right now
please. There's
is
all
crazy.
crazy rules in other countries,
But I was gonna say there are
motherfuckers.
definitely countries that are worse too. I
Yeah,
mean, I
just depends on what you want. Like,
yes.
and even with what you want, you won't know until you discover it,
Yeah.
the unknown or whatever. It's just
Yeah.
like here's a playground. Like Earth is literally a playground. Go
I
figure
would
where you
like to
want to
move to
play.
Portugal.
Portugal, my parents have traveled the world since I was born,
Yeah,
and
a
it's
lot of
their
people
favorite place they've
yep.
ever been to.
A lot of people say that, and I follow this family who does, so there's this group called Families Beyond Borders or something Beyond Borders, something like that. Boundless Board I don't know, whatever. And it's a group, and
That's why she
basically
wants to travel. She follows these families that have nothing. Speaking about flexibility, true ultimate freedom.
well, listen, it's pretty cool. You pay this agency, this company, X I think it's like 4,000 a month or something, let's say. And they provide you with housing. They provide you're with other families that are from other places or from America also. So your kids all play together. You get schooling
What if you
included.
don't like them?
Well, you're not living with them. They're just in the same like vicinity. So you can like they're like your neighbors. You don't
I
have to
know.
hang out with them, you
I
know?
find my neighbors sometimes I don't want to talk.
Yeah, you don't have to. It's not like you're living with them, literally. But they provide housing, they provide that, they provide a workplace, like the office place, they provide schooling. It's all these different things.
That's really
And
cool.
you can live there through your visa. They also apply for the visa for you. They set everything up. So like every place has its own rules, but let's say it's 6 months that you get to live there.
Okay.
So for 6 months, you get to live there and live like the locals and be a local and all
I
that.
want to do that. That way it's not some full commitment
I
like I had to
know.
sell my home
So I
and
told John, I was like, if we rented our house out, that would pay for it
yeah.
and then we would have no bills like that,
Yeah.
and we could go do something like that. He's like, "Oh my god, I can't."
Yeah, I'm in. I think that sounds
I think
interesting.
that's so cool, and you could they have multiple countries they work with. So I think it's like Spain, Italy, Portugal, all these different places, but I've heard really good things about the Portugal one.
Yeah.
And they have one for singles too,
Yeah.
which I think is cool.
That
So,
is cool. Oh
yeah.
my gosh, stop. I have my brain filled with like we always talk about, I want like 5 different lives.
I know. And that's all I want. I just want like a little flexibility here and there to kind of live out those other lives. And like that's why I think I always talk about like the RV and the camper and all that because I'm like, it's just an easy, like tangible, like somewhat doable way. I think that I can kind of do that. I can kind of do that like country-ish living, like traveling, seeing different places. Like it's just a tangible way to do it. Where like when I think of like flying all the time and doing all like it's harder. It just doesn't make as much sense. So I think that's just my way of being like, oh, like that's an easy way to like experience something. I wouldn't wanna do it forever, but, like, it'd
Yeah.
be cool for 6 months, you know? It
Right.
would be a really cool experience.
Yeah, just being away from my home for this summer was the longest I was away from my home. It was like 3.5 weeks or
Yeah,
something.
you were away for a
I
while.
was not inside my house.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this was like literally a true vacation. Not vacation, because I wasn't like doing what like I specifically wanted to do.
Right.
But I was like, I get it now. It was a good reset,
Yeah.
you know?
It is a good reset.
Mm,
So, I don't know, I would love to do something crazy like that, though. Like, that would be so insane. Let's go live in another country for 6 months, and then you
yeah.
come back, and everything's the way it is. It's not like it's all here still, you
Yeah.
know? Like, there's ways to make it work.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it'd be fun.
It
So
would be fun. I'm speechless because it sounds too good. And I'm like, Kate, stop. Like, what like life should I pick?
I know. Well,
So many
there's this
choices.
girl I
I think I
follow
get
who did the RV
overwhelmed.
life for a while. She always says she like always wanted to explore whatever. She did the art. She has kids and stuff. That she did the RV life for a while. Then they started cruising a lot. And now they're trying out different countries because she's like, I want to see like maybe somewhere will feel like home, but like they don't
Yeah.
want to settle down until they really know. So they just spent like a month in Costa Rica. And she was saying that she finds that actually staying longer in places is cheaper. So like a
Yeah.
month in Costa Rica cost her the same as like she was saying like a week in a resort at
Yeah.
Costa Rica because she would get an Airbnb for a month.
Yeah. That makes
So that was
sense.
interesting. And now she's trying out, now she's going to go to Europe and they're going to go and do, I think, Portugal and Spain next. So it's like kind of cool. And she'll talk to about like the pros and the cons of every country and they all have a pro and con, you
Yeah.
know?
Or just even your experience. Like, I think part of my reason why I don't totally dive into that world quite yet is definitely fear of missing out on the pros that I like about structure and
Yeah.
routine.
Yeah.
And also like wanting yes, I want us to be this free, like wild family, but yet our society is where it's at. And I
Yeah.
also don't want my kids disconnected in some
From society.
way. Like I trust me, I don't really like the way society is. Like
Yeah.
we've created so many weird like rules and delusional thoughts and beliefs
Mm-hmm.
about shit that I don't really want to be wrapped up in it too, but then I don't want to be so far disassociated from it as well that let's say I die or whatever and they're out there in the real world, like how in the real world it's all real, but or not. I want to make sure they're okay too. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that I didn't pull them away too far, but I also want them to sucked in. How do we find this happy
I
middle?
know. I know. I hear you.
How do we find that happy
I
middle?
don't know. You're talking to the wrong person.
I no, I'm not. Because we're still stuck. We're still doesn't matter if you take away activities or flexibility. We're still in the rat race
Yeah.
of some
I
sorts.
know. So the only way to get out of it, in my opinion, when I start getting overwhelmed, the only thought is, okay, we sell everything and we
That's what I always
totally
tell Trevor.
disassociate from it all.
Yeah.
But you're right, that comes with its own set of problems. But
Yeah.
I guess you have to decide what problems do you want? What life do you want? And
Yeah.
it's hard, especially if you're someone like us who tends to want multiple lives. Because I don't know how you make that happen
I
unless you
don't know
live your life in
either.
like sections, which you
Well,
can.
and I had a really brilliant like yoga instructor that always told me like when I was like, this is what I want to do. And she's like, but I'm like, but I also want to do this, this, and that. And she's like, what makes you think you can't do them all? And I'm like, well, I can't do them all at the same time. She's like, well, no shit. Like,
Right.
do this for 2 years,
Yeah.
then do this for 4 years, then
Yeah.
do this for 3 years or whatever it was. And I was like, oh, that's brilliant.
Raising kids makes that harder though.
And I was gonna say I was obviously in my 20s then,
Yeah.
but like, yeah, when you have kids and they're in school,
Yeah.
they've made friends.
Mhm.
You have family that moved to be here with you,
I
or
will
whatever
say
it
this.
is.
This is a message to any of you who have young kids. If you have desires like this, do it
Don't
now.
lock in, yeah.
Do it now
Don't
because
lock into
I
it.
always say if I don't have regrets, but like looking back,
Yeah, me too. In
I had
hindsight,
more flexibility back then. I could have picked my kids up and been
yeah,
like, "Let's go live in another country for 2
no
months," and
kidding.
they
They're
wouldn't have
not in
known the
school yet.
difference,
Yeah,
right? Where now it would affect them, and I have to weigh out like, is this a negative effect? Is this a positive effect?
yeah,
You didn't have to weigh that out when they were 3 or 5 or
that's right.
So, like, if you have young kids and you want
Yeah, my
that life,
parents traveled with
go.
young kids, and this is before, like, iPads and stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
totally.
and she's
Just
like, and there
go.
wasn't as easy, like, convenience stores and, like,
Right.
fast food and things like that. Not that we ate that, but, like, she's just like, it was so much harder to
Yeah.
travel overseas with young kids, and she's like, "But you just do it.
Yeah.
Who
Do it.
cares?"
Do it then. And, like,
Yeah.
go. If you want to buy an RV, go live in an RV for 6 months. You want to go and live in another country, go do it. Like, while they're little, it's so much easier. If I was to divide my life up, I would have done it that way. I would have done it then. Where
Yeah.
now I have, like, an almost 11-year-old who's like, I don't want to leave for that long, like, she loves traveling, but, like, she also has her friends,
Yeah.
and it's like, so it makes it more complicated
They
because
get
then
stuck in their stuff too,
right,
and
right,
their, like, delusional beliefs about it being so important because,
right.
of course, they can't see that they have all this time, or in Dana's eyes, we have no time.
We have time, we just have to make it useful.
But we don't know when our time's up, which is true, though.
It's like that metaphor if you
Don't you
had
think it's weird that, like, us humans go along every single day and we just keep going thinking we're gonna live forever?
yeah, because I
But,
think
like,
you have to. I
you
think
kinda have
if
to,
not, you go a
right?
little crazy.
But maybe our little crazy would fucking make us do some cool things.
Th Right here, that's the crazy. I'm always thinking that we could die any day, and look at me, I'm like, "We need to move to Portugal, we need to do all these things," like, it makes you a little unstable probably.
Good.
I know. It's like
I
you
like that.
live like, but it's true. We should be living like we're dying. You should be.
Not in the fear sense, though.
Not in the fear, in the, like, truly
No, and I'm saying this out loud because I gotta hear my brain has to somehow conceptualize what we're trying to figure out, which
yeah,
is it's while all those self-help books are like, be here now, right?
yeah,
Be in the moment.
yeah,
Because if you don't know the future and the past has already happened, so that doesn't exist anymore.
yeah,
The only moment you have is now. So what
right,
do you want to do like right now?
right.
How come we can't do that though? How come we're
Because
so
we have
stuck?
other people to think about. I'm telling you right now, if it was just me, I could tell you right now I'd be gone.
Yeah.
I'd be leaving. So, like, I know what I want, but it's not just about me anymore.
But
That's what
that
makes it
in
more
itself too
complicated.
is bizarre that we decided to put this pressure on like marriage and then put this pressure on now
Yeah.
you got to add kids to it, then put this pressure on now we'll have a home. Boom, now we'll
I still
have.
would choose that life though over me being able to just do what I want. So, like,
Well, yes,
in my
obviously there's
opinion,
joys of family and stuff
right.
like
Like,
that,
I
but
love that
society as
too.
a whole really pushed marriage and children
Yeah.
and
Oh,
home.
for sure. Yeah.
Like that life is why all those houses down the street stacked side by side and
Yeah.
everyone driving the little car, whether you wanted the freaking Tesla or a
Yeah.
fucking SUV, and we're all taking our kids. I mean, to me, I feel like we're just weird robots.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm in
I
it.
think we're
I'm the
supposed to be around
robot too,
people.
but
I think we're supposed to be around people. I actually think
well,
that
I
the
do
planned
too.
communities make a lot of sense to me. The stacked houses and all that, it makes sense to me. Like, I get the whole land thing too. I can see both sides of it, but I'm like, I see the community aspect and I can see how it's beneficial in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And that's why I think people used to live in like villages and
Yeah,
like you
community's
want it to be in
important.
community. Like, so like, yeah, the land on 6 acres of property is beautiful and for some people it makes sense, but for me, like, that wouldn't make sense to me.
Yeah, because
No.
you mean like you're isolated from
Yeah.
like a
I care more
community?
about the community aspect. I
Yeah.
love a good, like, walkable city, a planned community of like, I love nature too, but, like, I love the
Ah.
idea of that and then escaping to the nature, like
That's a good idea, that idea that you're still in your community, but you have somewhere to escape to. I guess if I had my ways, I would definitely want to be out in nature
open.
and isolated.
Yeah. What would you
But
like?
I'd push myself. I'd do the opposite. I'd push myself to have another home somewhere or something where it
I mean, that would be
very
the ultimate
involved.
goal. I
Yeah.
love that, like, have a house in,
Or
like, the
travel
mountains and then have a
to
house
whatever.
yeah.
How do we get 2 homes, Trevor?
Question of the day.
We have to smear ketchup and
Okay, I'm
mustard
gonna
on
go
my boobs
smear
and go
some
live.
stuff on my boobs, and I'll let you know how it goes, and maybe we can afford to do more things.
Exactly. Go support us. So
Goodbye.
thanks, guys.
Thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe. We will be starting to put out podcasts again after our hiatus.
Exactly. Thanks for bearing with us.
All right. Thanks for listening. Make sure to follow and subscribe so you can tune in next week.